Hi, my name is Matt Worth. I'm a professor of voice here at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, and today I'm going to be doing a reaction video, my first reaction video ever, to the song The Wizard and I from the movie Wicked, here sung by Cynthia Erivo. And so let's get started. Here we go.
Did that really just happen? Have I actually understood this weird quirk I've tried to suppress or hide? Is a talent that could help me meet the wizard if I make good. So I'll make good.
Oh, wow. All right, cool. So these first 30 seconds, we get so much about her and about the character. It starts off and it's got like this really cool, like speaking disbelief energy that happens here at the top. Just listen to this, how she like starts off and not really like giving us her full sound. She's in this place of, wait, for real? Is this actually going to be like a thing? And so the cutoffs are short. It's very spoken, less sung, and then she slowly brings her voice in while we still got this like light, non-percussive instrumentation underneath. There's nothing concrete about it with the music that's happening underneath her, so she can stay in this like dreamlike state. So check this out. I'm gonna probably like talk over this a little bit as we're going, but.
Did that really just happen?
So we've got these little chimes.
Have I actually understood?
And they're just dropping on downbeats. She's got a little bit of freedom.
To suppress or hide.
Or hide.
Is a talent that could help me.
And then the strings usher in a little bit more voice. Yeah.
If I make
and it's still got this free underneath it, this freedom. And then
I'll make good.
Oh yeah, rhythm section drops in. Yeah.
When I meet the wizard, once I prove my worth, then I meet the wizard, what I've waited for since birth.
Oh, that's super good. That's super good. All right, so what we've got here, what I also love, I often talk with students about like how we get into sound and how we get out of sound. And she's just like a master at this, about like varying the way she comes into her sound, whether it's like right on pitch, whether it's with scoop. And then as she's getting out of phrases, she might drop the last word, since birth, right? She kind of goes into this like speaky thing at the end of it, or there's like a scoop up at the end of it she does here. So watch this. I'm going to find the frog, and when the rhythm section drops in, and I mean like the way that she's doing this is just masterful. Unsurprisingly.
I'll make good.
There's this diminuendo out of sound.
When I meet the wizard.
Yeah. Good. Worth.
Then I meet the wizard, what I've waited for since birth.
Yeah, do you see that variation? Like, that's fantastic. You got 4 different lines, and every single one of them ends in a different way. And I think what it's doing, it's kind of showing this bubbling youthful excitement with this imaginary idea that she's conjuring in her mind. It's really special. I love it. All right, let's go on and stop listening to me and maybe listen to the pro here do her thing.
With all his wizard wisdom, by my looks, he won't be blinded. Do you think the wizard is dumb? Or like Munchkin, so small-minded? No, he'll say to me, I see who you truly are, a girl on whom I can rely, and that's how we'll begin, the wizard and I.
Woo! Hold on one sec. Check out this line. So she starts off and she's kind of in this like mix thing, this nice and easy thing, and then she does this glottal stop, this like to restart the line, and then she flips over into the head voice before dropping back down and then thickening up into like her chestier, thicker sound. And it's all in the like one phrase, and she's doing all of this stuff. It's absolutely bonkers, and obviously like a pros move. Let's see if we can find this again.
And that's how we'll begin.
Oh, wait, it's the bit right before there.
A girl on whom I can rely, and that's how we'll begin. The wizard and I.
Like in one phrase, she's giving us all of these different colors that I think again are showing like this confusion and excitement, this variation that's all there. And I'm sure, look, I don't have the score in front of me, so I don't know what's actually in the score, but like so much of this is up to the individual performer who's sitting there being like taking these notes on the page and then bringing them to life by infusing that with their own interpretation of the words, which is something that we work on all the time here. Is you've got like the composer's interpretation of the book, which is the music that's on the page, and then we as singers get to take what's on the page and then put our interpretation of that on top of it. And she's obviously just crushing her way through this. Here we go.
Once I'm with the wizard, my whole life will change. 'Cause once you're with the wizard, no one thinks you're strange. No father is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed. And all of us has to love you when by the wizard you're acclaimed.
Good. Let's listen to this little moment here, which is pretty dope. As she's coming up the stairs and she's talking about father and sister, it's in this lower range, and she has this feeling of sort of like shame that's kind of creeping into it, and that's that color of like the past and this thing that made her feel yucky for all of her life. And where we're going, of course, is we're going to go to this place of like the bright big belt of like pride and where she's going with that. I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about with this song here and the way that she's performing it is like I could click at any point in this song and know where she is on the dramatic arc of the piece, from this place of disbelief, and then you're getting into the core of this song. Here we are about a third or a half of the way through the song, and we're starting to hear the vigor in her sound, and the sound is becoming a little bit more dense and concrete as these ideas that she's coming up with are starting to show themselves, are like revealing themselves. And then when we get here, over here, and she's up here on the cliffs about to belt her face off, then all of a sudden we're like in the good stuff. All right, so you'll hear this sort of like past is the shame of dad and sister doing their thing. And then as she's coming out of it, she puts this little riff on it to like take her out of that.
Is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed. And all of us has to love you when by
Love you. Yeah. She's acclaimed now. Here we go.
Maybe at last I'll know why, as we work hand in hand, the wizard and I.
Oh yeah. All right.
One day he'll say to me,
So we've got this brand new instrumentation here, and she ushers it in so well at the end of her phrase. It's like she's been in one idea, and then there's this new idea coming. So she doesn't let the instrumentation do it. She does it in the way in which she sings her last note. Check this.
maybe at last I'll know
There's the thick.
why, as we work hand in hand, the wizard and I.
You see how she goes to that breathy place, and it ushers in the new instrumentation and the new idea.
Girl who is so superior, shouldn't a girl who's so good inside have a matching exterior? And since folks here to an absurd degree seem fixated on your verdigris,
Okay, so here's a little moment where I have to tell you something that I think is really funny. So I'm colorblind, and I didn't know this show at all until my now 8-year-old daughter became obsessed with it when it came out. And I remember watching this with her and like hearing her talk in this song about like changing her skin color. And I was like, Ev, what the heck is she talking about? And she was like, her face is green, Dad. And I was like, what? I like literally had no idea that this is what the whole thing was all about. I just didn't put it together. So colorblind Matt also loves the word, what is this word? Verdigris? I had to look that one up. I love that, like greenish patina. Good book, really good book. Here we go.
By you, if I did greenify you, and though of course that's not important to me.
Yeah, right.
All right, why not? I'll reply, oh, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and I.
Ooh, nice.
What a pair we'll be.
Ooh, she's starting to put all those riffs on there. Listen to this. And like, that's practice room stuff, right? That's the stuff that's not on the page. That's like her creativity, and you're just taking that riff and you come up with it and then you're working it into your body. That's what I'm telling the students all the time. You have to get to the place where when you're in the performance, you have taken that riff and it's just predictable, right? That there's no way it's going to be anything than what it is that you've nailed down in the practice room. By Nick Saban, the longtime coach at University of Alabama. Sports balls, here we go, arts people. We're going to talk for a second here. He used to say, we don't practice until we get it right. We practice until we can't get it wrong. And I think that this is exactly what she's done with all of these riffs. There's no way. It's not falling out. And that's what we want all of our students to do.
Oh, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and I. Yes, what a pair we'll be.
Yeah. Oh, she's got a look. Again, instrumentation shift. We're back to the chimes. All of a sudden, we're at Mount Goldblum here.
Unlimited.
She's
My
back to that
future
chill.
is unlimited.
Like breath pressure is
And
gentle.
I just had a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy.
She's back to that speech place, yeah?
The vision's hazy.
Woo! Did you catch that? I love this. This is something I talk with students all the time about. The duration and use of consonants. And she's, I mean, I don't know. How many times do you think I've said the word master? I mean, a gazillion already, but that's kind of what she is, right? The way that she used a vision's hey, she like, without pressing on the N, she just like holds it through and it draws us into that idea.
Truly crazy. And true, the vision's hazy.
That's so
But
good.
I swear someday there'll be a celebration throughout Oz. That's all to do with me.
Oh, we hear it now, dropping in. Oh, yep, there's that riff.
And I'll stand there with the wizard.
Okay, so good. So we hear all of that instrumentation drop in. All of a sudden, we've got rhythms, we got strings, we got all the stuff doing their thing. And we feel a little bit of either like a tonal shift or a direct modulation where all of a sudden pitch center goes from here to here. And we might not even know what it actually is, but we can feel that heightening of emotion that happens when all of a sudden we're at that higher pitch level. And Cynthia, she all of a sudden, where so much of this song has been in this easy breath pressure, easy, gentle, like twangy thing here, all of a sudden now it's like, whoop, on the voice, on the breath, getting on it, and it's time to like put on the big girl pants and sing. And that's what she's doing right here.
Things that never failed. And though I'd never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt.
Yeah, there's that cutoff in the different way, yeah.
For the rest of my life. And I'll run nothing else to my such high esteem. When people see me, they will scream for half of Oz's favorite team. The Wizard and
Okay. I was crying about this morning too when I watched this, and now I'm crying again because it's just like so moving. What do I want to point out about what just happened? I don't know what I mean, like, my goodness gracious. I love so many things about this last moment here. She's coming in and she drops into the thick chest voice down at the bottom of 2 phrases in a row, but it's starting one here and then it gets one thing a little bit lighter and a little bit higher. And then she gets over to the end of the cliff here when she really starts belting it out in this last phrase. Yeah, she's giving us all of that. And like right before that last thing, she's right here and then she takes that good breath that descends into her body. And then she's able to carry that belt all the way through and just holding, spinning its way through. And then, you know how we were talking about cutoffs, the way that she's able, after this eternal long note, to throw in this last little ornament. So I'm going to narrate our way through this again and show us what it is that is like at least jumping off the screen or jumping out of these Princess Leia's into my ear that I think is so special.
things that never failed. And though I'd never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt.
There's that speech.
So it will be for the rest of my life. And I'll want nothing else till I die. Held in such high esteem.
And then she goes,
People see me, they will scream.
scream.
Half of Oz's favorite team.
Composure.
The Wizard.
Breath into it. Gosh, get out of here. Oh, and the way that she drops off of that, it's just so hot. Oh man, and she finishes with the eyes. Oh, it's so good. My goodness gracious. All right, so that's my reaction video. That's just me being a huge fan of this performance and this scene. It's out of this world. If anybody wants to learn anything more about San Francisco Conservatory of Music, go on over to the website and check it on out. Thank you so much for sticking around and listen to me react to The Wizard and I. I'm pretty eager. Let's get started. That was actually really good.